Kendrick Lamar and SZA ignite Philadelphia with a genre-defying, culturally impactful performance on the Grand National Tour. Some concerts offer a memorable night, while others spark a movement. On a humid Monday night in South Philadelphia, Kendrick Lamar and SZA did more than just entertain. They sparked something profound. It was an experience that resonated deeply and will linger in the memories of everyone at Lincoln Financial Field. By the way, welcome to Celebrity Wrapped In, where rap and celebrity drama never sleep. So hit that subscribe button, leave a like and comment so you never miss the mess. Let's get into it. This wasn't merely another tour stop. It was a vivid cinematic blend of rap and R&B, infused with the raw energy of Compton and soothing melodies, all delivered in a 3-hour show that radiated rebellion, soul, and theatrical brilliance. The Grand National Tour wasn't just fulfilling its promise. It was transforming the concept of stadium performances. The headlines have made it clear. Kendrick Lamar is not simply coasting on past successes. He's reshaping the landscape. Emerging from a high-profile rivalry with Drake, arguably the most significant rap feud of the decade, he stands not only unscathed but also culturally influential. With 5 Grammy wins in 2025 and a mind-blowing Super Bowl halftime show that sparked conversations across platforms like the Smithsonian and TikTok, this tour is just another chapter in his evolving narrative. However, Monday night in Philadelphia transcended statistics. It wasn't about the 22 Grammys or the record-breaking $9 million earned at Kendrick and SZA's Minneapolis kickoff show, the highest-grossing hip-hop concert to date. It was about that electric atmosphere, a sense that something historic was on the verge of unfolding. And indeed it did. As the sun set behind the stadium's steel structure, the crowd buzzed with a palpable anticipation that only artists of this caliber can evoke. DJ Mustard kicked things off with a 30-minute set that felt like a nostalgic mixtape from the late 2000s, seamlessly transitioning from Swag Surfin' by Fast Life Youngstaz to We Are Young by Fun, creating a blend of nostalgia and defiance. Fans in vintage Kendrick gear and parents in SZA tour shirts swayed together, united by the rhythm. Then, the lights went out. A thick fog enveloped the stage as the distant roar of an engine echoed from below the arena. Emerging from a mist in his iconic Buick GNX, Kendrick Lamar appeared like a cinematic apparition, part warrior, part prophet, part West Coast rebel. With one hand on the wheel and the other gripping the mic, he launched into whacked-out murals, his voice sharp and intentional. There are no fireworks, no dancers, no gimmicks, just powerful lyrics and commanding presence. That was how he set the stage. What followed was an exemplary display of storytelling and sound creation. Kendrick, known for his unconventional approach to set lists, structured the performance into acts, each a vignette connected by skits, visuals, and thematic shifts. In one segment, he appears in a mock courtroom, breaking down legal terminology with his lawyer, clearly a jab at Drake's rumored legal threats regarding their lyrical rivalry. In another moment, SZA is projected on screen, correcting the pronunciation of her name, effortlessly addressing the criticism surrounding her romantic life with a playful smirk. Every moment had significance. Each pause resonated with tension. This was more than just a concert, it was a statement. The opening acts primarily featured Kendrick, who delivered new songs from GNX with precision. Tracks like Squabble Up, TV Off, and Hella Diss struck hard, each crafted like a lyrical explosive. Not Like Us, a cultural powerhouse, reverberated throughout the stadium. Kendrick performed it with a smirk, a challenge, a hint of finality. You could sense the audience leaning in, captivated by every word. Just when it seemed the show couldn't escalate further, it did. SZA appeared not from behind a curtain, but atop the same moss-covered GNX Kendrick had just exited, bathed in ethereal light and standing barefoot on the car's hood like a contemporary goddess of nature. She launched into love galore with a smooth confidence that signaled this was no mere guest appearance. It was a full-on takeover. The visuals transitioned from urban landscapes to enchanted forests. Digital vines crept across enormous screens. Fireflies flitted between animations of oversized praying mantises and other surreal insects. It was stunning, bizarre, and quintessentially SZA. She moved with grace, exuding charisma. Songs like Broken Clocks, Garden, Say It Like That, and Low transformed the stadium into a moonlit meadow. During Garden, she even rode a giant mechanical ant, whom she affectionately named Anthony, across the stage, beaming like a child in a candy store. Remarkably, it felt completely natural, just like her. Vocally, she was unparalleled. Even when she slightly missed a note during Normal Girl, her recovery was so smooth and genuine that it made her seem even more relatable. With every note, she reminded the audience that she's not just a singer, she's an entire universe. By the concert's midpoint, the distinctions between R&B and rap, as well as masculine and feminine energy, began to dissolve. Kendrick returned for their collaborative performances, All the Stars, Die Hard, Satellites, each song serving as a cosmic link between two distinct worlds that somehow harmonized perfectly. This contrast was what made the show so captivating. Kendrick is a storm, sharp, intellectual, unyielding. SZA is a river, fluid, emotional, unfiltered. And when their energies collided, it didn't feel abrupt, it felt destined. The production was impeccable, subtle yet purposeful. The screens didn't merely display graphics, they conveyed narratives. Lamar's skits weren't just filler. They served as the connective tissue of the story. SZA's whimsical elements, like vines and bugs, were not just quirky props. They represented her own mythology brought to life. From the mechanical ant to the stage courtroom scene and the black and white surveillance footage of Kendrick being watched by industry insiders, everything had a profound significance. Even the fashion contributed to the experience. Kendrick donned military-style attire, wearing black tactical vests and steel-toe boots, prepared for battle, even if it was metaphorical. SZA transitioned between safari-inspired looks, Renaissance romance, and streetwear with a butterfly motif. The costume changes were not over the top, they were transformative. The audience was relentless in their enthusiasm. Each time Kendrick delivered a line, you could sense a collective release of breath. When SZA hit a high note, it resonated deeply, like a tuning fork striking the soul. They sang every lyric, screamed, and cried. One fan collapsed during Mother I Sober, only to be lifted by fellow concertgoers as SZA moved into Kill Bill. It was a shared moment of catharsis. By the time they reached the encore, the emotional intensity of the performance was palpable. Kendrick, drenched in sweat yet unfazed, stood at the center of the stage and spoke directly to the audience. "Philly, you've been real. Realer than most," he said. "We're just artists. We're just storytellers. And you came out for the story." SZA followed, wiping away a tear as she surveyed the stadium. "This night, it meant more than you realize," she said softly. "I love you all." Their final song together? Not like us. Once again, but this time, it felt like a triumphant anthem. The crowd didn't just sing along, they erupted in unison, together, as one. When the lights came up, the audience didn't disperse. They remained awestruck, clinging to something ineffable, a feeling, a rhythm, an echo. The Grand National Tour is more than just a tour. It's a transformation, a wake-up call, a new benchmark. And if the Philadelphia show is any indication, Kendrick Lamar and SZA aren't merely participating in the culture. They're the culture. This wasn't just music. It was a defining moment. One where every lyric resonated, every visual captivated, and every beat reminded you why these two are not just artists. They're the architects of a new era. Their collaboration doesn't diminish their individual strengths. It amplifies them. The journey continues across North America and Europe. Cities will buzz. Charts will rise. Think pieces will emerge. But nothing will replicate what transpired in Philadelphia that Monday night. Because that wasn't just a concert. It was a coronation. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.